So that's all the water we got in yesterday. We have our plants in. We have some little tufts of hair grass that we took out of the 19-litre shrimp tank. We have them in. We have all them little, don't know what you call them, sir. No idea. We split them all up into little individual plants. We have 4 pieces of Vallisneris in the back. Hopefully it'll grow in this tank. We broke up the remaining 2 clumps of stargrass, suits the flora. We planted them all in kind of like patches, but separated out a bit. We have some Java moss on a rock, jammed in between them rocks. Hopefully it'll colonize them. We have this Java fern that was actually growing on the pebbles. There's a load of pebbles stuck to the bottom of that in the big tank. And we've just kind of sat it on the bogwood, pebbles and all attached. We've done the same with that piece of Java fern and that piece. We've literally just sat them on the bogwood with all their pebbles that they had attached to, stuck to the bottom of them. We have our Anubis that was in our big tank. We've added one load of biodiversity jammed into that rock. We have another load of leaf mold twigs, biodiversity there, and we have a clump here at the front just to see how it's breaking down. That's it. Different pieces of bogwood. We haven't put no big pieces of stone in this really, just them bits of sandstone. We do have a cuttlefish bone jammed in underneath each one of them, because we probably will put a load of shrimps in here at some stage. And there will be snails and stuff going in here too. So that's it, folks. That's all I can tell you now for the moment. We're going to get a cup of coffee, watch the lunchtime news, make sure the world's not going to blow up with the kind of idiots that's running it these days. And then we're going to fill out this tank, get the light on, put away all the spare rock and filters and stuff. That's it, folks. Happy budget aquarium, half full. We have put in some dechlorinator. We have only enough perspex for one side and a little bit, so we'll put in the little bit and then we'll order a new piece for over the side here. Even though we have dechlorinator in, we're spraying in our water. We're just going to leave it run like that. We don't want to disturb the sand too much. So this isn't as clear as the little tank was, but as the 105. But I'm sure it'll settle. It's probably just because of the sheer volume of sand in this. Like there's 7 bags in here compared to 1.5 bags in the little tank. So anyway, we're getting there. We're slowly filling up. Our pump's in. They're light. And 2 sponge filters are in and adjusted for height. So that's it. Kind of jam the Java moss between other rocks there, so it'll be interesting to see whether the Java moss can colonize on out over and what the Java fern does. The Java ferns are just kind of like sitting on them rocks because they have a whole loads of pebbles attached to the roots on the bottom of them, so they're kind of weighted down with their own pebbles. So be interesting to see what happens. Our biodiversity is jammed in the middle there, and in the middle of that, they stop it being all over the tank. So that's it, folks, really. Nothing else I can tell you. We'll fill it up and shoot another little video tomorrow, see how it clears. Up, folks, at last. So that's it. We'll see. Filters is running now. 2 big sponge filters. Plants we have are hairgrass, Java fern, anubis, them straggly bits of Vallis and Eris that never amounted to much in the big tank with the gravel. Well, in this tank with the gravel. Java moss. Don't know what they are. They're some type of crypts, I think. No idea what that little tuft is there. No idea either. Found it when I was taking out the gravel. Zeuxiflora all over here. More Zeuxiflora in the back there. The Zeuxiflora is kind of huge patch of it there. Should look nice when it starts to grow. More Java fern. Our biodiversity's in. We have a load there tipped. We have some more jammed in that stone. And that stone at the back of the moss, there's more jammed in there. We also poured in some of the mucky brown water from the nature pond. So that's it, folks. We'll see what it looks like in the morning. And we'll do a comparison video in the morning. How it clears. And then we're just going to leave it for a month or even 2 months before we put anything in it. All these plants get well established. So that's what's going to happen. For we're doing all the plants with what we had, and took that hairgrass out of me little 19-litre shrimp tank. There's still one bunch of that in there, so we left one bunch of that in there just in case this doesn't like the cooler water. But anyway, so we'll do a comparison tomorrow, and then we'll splice the 2 of them together. Hopefully tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, it'll look like this one. Well, it should be as clear as this one. Bit of a stubborn twig there floating at the top. Probably sink after a while anyway, but we'll see how this biodiversity progresses over the next month. Do we get many copepods and stuff? Little wormy things. All right, folks, happy. So the big 700-litre is starting to settle down. And the water is starting to lose its whiteness. We may clean an odd filter in this, get some more bacteria into it. See if we couldn't get rid of this whiteness totally. Water is pretty clean. It's a 2 foot wide tank, so that kind of affects it a wee bit. As you can see when you look in the top, it's actually shallower looking in the top. The water's a lot clearer. I don't know whether that's a bud starting in the middle of that Vallisneris. I'm not really sure, can't see. It'd be nice to get that Vallisneris growing. I've had it now a couple of months and it's never really done nothing in this tank when we had the gravel substrate. Hopefully our little hair grass patch will start falling out as well. That thing's kind of flopped over there, but it's looks to have some new shoots. Anubis is looking nice. Our Zustafloria has started to open itself out. Normally takes about a month before you see but it is starting to uncurl all itself from its little wee tub. It would be nice if this little patch of crypts grows into something. They kind of have a massive root system, so that was actually all one plant, all kind of rooted together that it broke up. So hopefully it'll do the same. There's a little sprout off that one. Now whether that's happened since I planted them or whether that was on the plant when I planted them, I can't remember. That's our biodiversity from our nature pond. Some more stuck in there. And some more in that rock at the back. So that's it, folks. That's all. We did chuck a few snails in this the other day, but it's that big of a tank, I don't see any snails. So where they went to, I don't know. I think that's a little baby snail there on the glass. So that's something I didn't want to see. That's a little scud. Doesn't bode well for shrimps, that. Came off our biodiversity, no doubt. Same as where our dragonfly nymph came from our nature pond. Anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll be putting some white clouds in here anyway first, so hopefully the white clouds can eat up any scuds that's in here. We are thinking about getting some hill stream loaches for this tank. We'll see how it's going with algae and stuff. So that's it, folks. The revamped 700 litre father fish style temperate aquarium. Again, on a budget. We're just going to be running the 2 sponge filters and that's it. No heater. Temperate fish. Happy budget aquariums, guys.